Welcome to our politics discussion today. I'm Claire, and I'm joined by Alan.
Hello, I'm Alan. We're covering several key stories involving recent political developments and legal actions.
Let's start with the story about E. Jean Carroll and her recent legal action against former President Donald Trump. E. Jean Carroll has asked a judge to require Trump to pay her $5 million from a jury verdict that found Trump sexually abused her in the 1990s and defamed her after she publicly described the attack in 2019.
That's right. The jury verdict concluded that Trump was liable for both sexual abuse and defamation. Can you clarify what the $5 million is specifically for?
The $5 million is related to the damages awarded to Carroll as a result of Trump's actions. The jury found Trump liable for sexual abuse, and the $5 million is part of the compensation for those claims.
So what's the current status of this case? Has Trump paid the amount yet?
The reporting indicates that Trump's legal team has appealed the decision, and the high court appeal has recently failed. Carroll is now asking the judge to enforce the payment.
I see. And what's the significance of this case in the broader context? Is it setting any legal precedents?
This case is significant because it involves a high-profile figure like Trump and deals with serious allegations of sexual abuse and defamation. The outcome could have implications for similar cases in the future.
That makes sense. Let's move on to another story. We've got news about the Colorado House primary where Democratic Socialist Melit Quiros defeated incumbent Diana DeGette. What are the key takeaways from this election result?
The primary result shows that Quiros, a 29-year-old Democratic Socialist, won against DeGette, who had been in Congress for 3 decades. This victory is seen as a shift in party dynamics, particularly favoring the insurgent left within the Democratic Party.
That's a significant upset. What factors might have contributed to DeGette's loss?
The reporting suggests that Quiros' campaign resonated with voters, possibly due to her socialist platform and her ability to mobilize younger voters.
So what are the potential implications of this result for the broader Democratic Party?
This victory could signal a continued shift towards more progressive or socialist elements within the Democratic Party, potentially influencing future elections and policy discussions.
Let's switch gears to President Trump's upcoming visit to the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library in North Dakota. What can you tell us about this library and the significance of Trump's visit?
The Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library is a $450 million project that explores the life of the 26th president, Theodore Roosevelt. It's located in North Dakota's Badlands, a place significant to Roosevelt's conservation values.
That's quite an investment in a presidential library. What might be the purpose of Trump's visit to this library?
The visit likely aims to highlight Trump's connection to Roosevelt's legacy, possibly drawing parallels between their conservation efforts and leadership styles.
I see. And what about the library itself? What does it feature?
The library is described as a massive facility that delves into Roosevelt's life, particularly his experiences in the Badlands, which shaped his conservation values.
Let's discuss the lawsuit filed by former CIA Director John Brennan against the Trump administration. What's the central claim in Brennan's lawsuit?
Brennan is suing the Trump administration to preserve records from investigations that he believes are targeting him. He argues that these records are essential for his potential defense against vindictive prosecution.
That's an interesting legal move. What might be the motivation behind Brennan's lawsuit?
Brennan likely wants to ensure that any records related to investigations into him are preserved so he can access them if needed for his defense.
And how does this relate to the broader context of investigations and political tensions?
This lawsuit is part of a larger pattern of legal actions and investigations involving former officials and the Trump administration, highlighting ongoing political tensions.
Finally, let's talk about President Trump's first flight on the new Air Force One, which was gifted by Qatar. What are the details surrounding this story?
Trump took his first flight on the new Air Force One, a $400 million plane gifted by the Qatari government. The plane required upgrades to meet security standards.
That's a significant gift. Were there any ethical concerns raised about accepting such an expensive gift from a foreign government?
Yes, there were ethical concerns about the gift, but Trump saw it as a necessary replacement for the older planes that had been used previously.
I understand. Well, that's all for today's discussion. Thank you for joining us, Claire.
Thank you, Alan. Goodbye.